For today's video, I want to talk about the Rain of Fire exotic and show off a build that shows off its, well, its power, I guess for lack of a better word. This is a really underrated exotic. Some people have been noticing how good it is and making builds around it, but I feel like generally, for the mass public, it's really slept on. So first off, what does it do? So air dodges reload all of your weapons and improve airborne effectiveness on fusion rifles and linear fusion rifles. Final blows with these weapons make you radiant and provides a moderate benefit to airborne effectiveness stat of fusion rifles and linear fusion rifles. Now, two things. First off, we don't give a damn about airborne effectiveness. It sucks in PvP and it's trash in PvE. Let's not worry about that. Second thing, you can use this with linear fusion rifles, and we'll get to that. But the beauty about this exotic is it reloads weapons of any kind, not just linears and fusions, any weapon, period. Then the third thing about this, as you read right there, final blows with these weapons make you radiant. Let's keep that in mind. But you should notice that in this clip, for a strike in the Cosmotron, I don't reload my weapon a single time through the first half of the strike. And the only reason I stopped there is because my Radiant ran out and I didn't reload. It just so happens that the enemies were gone off the screen and I couldn't kill anything else. So these boots have a really neat interaction with Vex Mythoclast. Now I know not everybody's going to have Vex, and we'll get to a different weapon in a second here, but because of Vex Mythoclast being basically a primary weapon but also being a fusion rifle, this allows you to interact with mobs of enemies and just continuously keep up Radiant forever. And I mean forever, until you're dead or all the enemies on the screen are dead and you can no longer farm enemies. Because every time you get a kill with Vex, you will re-stack your counter for Radiant. So if you have an 8-second Radiant, it'll go back to 8 seconds every single time you get a kill. Or if you're using fragments to extend the timer, then it'll stay whatever timer that you have it at, 14 seconds, 10 seconds, what have you. So it has a really good interaction with Vex, and you can use this in general content anywhere and just plow through enemies and have a damage buff on you literally forever. Also, while the footage is playing, I should go into aspects and fragments, and honestly, I actually do really mean this. You could run literally any aspects and fragments that you want on this build and it'll work. Quite literally anything. You can run a build where you run only ignition perks, a build where you want to just keep radiance up and nothing else, or you could just run a build where it just benefits your stats, you know, increasing resilience, recovery, etc., and not have any Solar 3.0 buff on its own. And it will just still work, because it's all about just slaying out and keeping your radiant up. Now, I will give some general advice on what I use for fragments and aspects, but you absolutely do not have to follow this whatsoever. You can build quite literally what you want. But if you want a base starter, here we go. I use Icarus Dash and Touch of Flame on my aspects. And then for fragments, I have Ember of Eruption, Searing, Torches, and Ashes. So Ashes gives you more Scorch stacks to your targets. Torches, powered melee attacks, get you and your allies radiant. You don't really need this if you're going to be keeping a continuous radiant up with the Vex Rain of Fire combo. Searing, defeating Scorch targets, grants melee energy. That's just to give back your Celestial Fire to keep your Radiant going in case of not killing stuff with your gun. Again, not really needed. And then Solar Ignitions have increased area of effect for Ember of Eruption. Everything goes boom, higher radius, more explosions, more damage. You get the point. Now, additionally, you do have a couple of things to play with this season in terms of artifact mods. All the class item mods really are good. You have Withering Heat, you have Razor Precision, which, while Radiant, which you keep up literally forever, Solar Precision Final Blows cause combatants to ignite. Hey, guess what? Vex Mythoclast is a Solar Precision weapon. What a coincidence. Haha. Then you have other stuff like Flame Harvesting. Solar Exotic Final Blows create Solar Elemental Wells, which then can feed you into Font of Might, which, again, would be another damage buff to stack, and you keep going crazy on enemies. Then you have stuff like Revitalizing Blast, which would be in champion content. They ignite. And then Solar Formation, your ignitions do increase damage and a bigger radius, so everything just goes boom, but more damage and faster. And that's not even talking about Classy Restoration, which is just silly on its own right. Now you may be wondering, well, yeah, what if I don't have Vex Mythoclast and my RNG sucks? That's alright, because you can replace Vex Mythoclast with any solar weapon that can land a precision shot in the game. For example, Vision of Confluence, Solar and Precision, easy. The bow from this season, Strident Whistle, can roll incandescent and as a precision weapon, can be very fun. Or you can go the heavy route and use any heavy that you want, or particularly a solar heavy, such as Cataclysmic. You know how you can sometimes miss shots on your bait and switch Cataclysmic, but you still want to proc 4 times the charm? do a quick air dodge reload, and bam, you can still fire off 6-8 shots without missing a beat. Then there's other stuff you can use as well, like Gallahorn. Shoot 2 shots at Gallahorn, instantly reload, shoot another 2 shots, instantly reload, shoot another 2 shots, and next thing you know, you're out 9 shots at Gallahorn just like that, and the boss is dead. There's also a nice interaction with fixed odds, being an incandescent machine gun, and building your whole thing around making enemies explode and keeping your ammo up forever. So hypothetically, let's say you're using fixed odds, you shoot 40 bullets, you have 4 bullets remaining, no, just dodge with rain of fire, and then you're back to a full mag, and you keep hitting headshots and making the world explode. Overall, Rain of Fire is a very fun exotic to use, especially if you're a solo player, and if you haven't gotten the boots already, I highly recommend you do and try them out, because I guarantee at the very least, you'll have fun just flying around on a Warlock, dodging nonstop, never running out of ammo, and lighting the world on fire. Also, if there's any other exotics you guys want me to cover for Solar 3.0, maybe future Arc 3.0 stuff, let me know in the comments as well, and I'll see what I can do. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you for stopping by, and as always, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. It does help the channel. Stream daily on Twitch, twitch.tv/StikyBeaver. Link in the description, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye.